Beijing pushed fake narratives during Taiwan's Hanguang military drills, including that President Lai rehearsed an escape. Trump calls joint military drills with South Korea inappropriate and hostile as he orders less U.S. involvement. Brand new high-speed rail trains have arrived in Taiwan, and they'll hit the tracks next summer. Plus, the 2028 Olympics are in sight as Taiwan prepares to host a major baseball tournament. A warm welcome to TaiwanPlus News. I'm Tiffany Wong. President Lai Ching-te wants to give the public cash handouts of over $300 US next year to share the gains of Taiwan's booming economy.
政府不能只看见平均数字，更要看见平均数字以下的人民，不会只关注科技产业的高峰，更要照顾每一个努力生活的家庭。伴随经济成长。
The Government Statistics Office has raised its GDP growth forecast for this year to over 11%, a 39-year high amid soaring demand for AI hardware. Next year's proposed $123 billion budget also includes $11.7 billion for children's savings accounts, plus record defense spending of over $35 billion. The cabinet is expected to send the final proposal to the legislature this month. Before and during Taiwan's recent Hanguang military exercises, Chinese state media and online influencers were engaged in a campaign of disinformation, making misleading claims about the drills and offering counter-programming intended to intimidate. Our reporter Larry Ziano has more.
Did Taiwan's President Lai Ching-te recently take part in an escape drill? Depending on where you get your information online, you might come to very different conclusions. The truth is pretty clear. In the exercise concerned, Lai was not being helped to flee. Rather, the drill simulated moving the president to a secure command center within the defense ministry. The disinformation originated within Chinese state media, which has repeated the claim across different outlets, as well as social media influencer companies looking to shape Taiwan's information space. Commenters on this post by a social media studio run by China's military, including one reportedly from, quote, China's Taiwan, helped amplify the lie.
等于说是把它进入到安全指挥所这个演练的过程，把它扭曲成说是这个私自逃亡哦。那它基本上呢，其实会降低就是一般我们台湾民众对于这个国军指挥体系或者是我们整体这个防卫机制的信任啊。
And the way that disinformation was spread points to a coordinated effort on the part of Chinese authorities.
他们会可能官媒会发布这样的相关资讯，那接下来可能是他们的。微博的一些博主社群，然后让很多个账号同时出现，然后增加它的触及率，就是会让更多台湾民众可能接触到这样子的一个虚假的论述。
In addition to outright disinformation, Chinese state media and internet users have sought to respond to Taiwan's Hanguang military exercises in apparent counter-programming efforts. The week before Hanguang and continuing during the 10 days of the drills, Chinese state television aired a documentary on China's front-line Taiwan Strait Special Forces. It showed troops carrying out beach landings, practicing decapitation strikes against high-value targets, using cutting-edge tech like drones, and emphasizing the country's supposed military advantage over Taiwan and the U.S. One commenter even said the troops shown in the video deal psychological damage to Taiwan's military. Meanwhile, clips from Hanguang drills taken out of context, then shared on Chinese social media platforms, prompted comments such as this one, comparing Taiwan's military to a puppet army, or this one, that accuses the army of seeking to use Taiwanese civilians as human shields. Chinese platforms have also sought to amplify voices in Taiwan that they can co-opt for their own purposes. That includes news clips from Taiwanese politician Jia Xiaokang calling for more cross-strait exchanges. There's retired Taiwanese General Xue Ximin saying cross-strait talks are necessary, and unverified reports from local Taiwanese media claiming to show that unification is now possible. China is refining its approach to spinning narratives, which could have major consequences for Taiwan.
其实声音、影片这些还是非常非常多，而且越来越多。这一块是越来越多，但是针对于一些所谓的重点的打击的部分，我觉得是越来越准确。它越来越在对哪些的胃口哪些的主题，事实上更符合台湾人会在意的胃口。 它事实上你会发现更多的，不管是新闻或者是一些其他政治人物也好，他们也会开始拿着这一些议题来做质疑。
As Taiwan moves closer to its local elections at the end of the year, the threat of greater levels of Chinese interference influencing opinion in online spaces may prove increasingly serious. Chris Ma and Larry Siano for TaiwanPlus.
Seoul says joint U.S.-South Korea military drills are proceeding on Monday as scheduled, despite comments from U.S. President Donald Trump to scale back the exercises. In a social media post, Trump criticized the annual drills as costly, adding that they, quote, send an inappropriate and hostile message to Pyongyang. This comes after North Korea reportedly launched 2 ballistic missiles in the lead-up to the exercises. In his post, Trump also referred to South Korea's refusal to help the U.S. with the Iran war. In response, Seoul's presidential office says it's reviewing Trump's post, expressing hope that friendly relations between U.S. and North Korean leaders will lead to meaningful dialogue. The U.S. has also recently moved its last aircraft carrier in the Pacific to the Middle East amid the Iran war, raising concerns that conflict is pulling the U.S. from its commitments in East Asia. Our reporter Alan Liu spoke with Jia Yin-chong, an associate professor of political science at the National University of Singapore, to find out more.
Trump says the U.S. will scale back military drills with South Korea, citing what he calls his, quote, very good relationship with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. What signal does this send to South Korea and the broader region?
What message the Trump action send is pretty mixed. So on the one hand, if there is a stable U.S.-North Korea relationship, that's a positive. But if it is read also as a signal of a lack of U.S. commitment at a time when the Secretary for Policy at the U.S. Department of Defense, Albert Jacoby, had been sent around the region to send assurance, then it suggests that the U.S. might possibly be wavering, or at least is having a very confusing position. So I think overall the picture is quite mixed for countries in East Asia.
This also comes as the U.S. has just pulled its last aircraft carrier in Asia to support operations related to Iran. So as the Iran war goes on, should U.S. allies in Asia be concerned about Washington's commitment to maintain its defense posture in the region?
It's really mixed. As I said, the Secretary for Policy, Albert Jacoby, was just out in the region sending signals of assurance and commitment despite the continued U.S. war effort in the Middle East. Now, that having been said, the fact that you have the George Washington being pulled and the fact that it's being pulled to relieve the Abraham Lincoln, which because of its long deployment has been facing mental health issues on board, which suggests questions possibly about U.S. readiness, right? So all these things, I think, again, might give countries in East Asia that work closely with the United States some reason for worry. That having been said, the U.S. also just finished exercise Pitch Black out in Australia, which is a major exercise. So I think overall, there is possibly going to be some expressions of concern, but it's a very mixed and perhaps confusing picture.
We've also seen fewer U.S. military transits through the Taiwan Straits. Is this another sign of a reduced U.S. military presence in the Pacific?
If you look at the pure numbers, decrease in the Taiwan Strait transits. And you could also add to that the number of South China Sea freedom of navigation operations, right? So for maritime states in East Asia, they might be concerned. But on top of that, we also see the U.S. deploying its Coast Guard vessels, 4 bigger vessels, but still only 4, to the region to suggest that it is trying to stabilize the situation without escalation. It is trying to work with allies and partners. So I suppose what we are getting again is a further reinforcement of this very mixed picture we're getting from Washington right now.
That was Jia Yin-chong from the National University of Singapore. Taiwan's high-speed rail is getting a major upgrade with new Japan-made bullet trains arriving in the country over the weekend. Our reporter Sandy Chi was at the arrival ceremony and brings us this report.
A grand celebration for Taiwan's high-speed rail system, or HSR, as the first of 12 new N700 ST train sets arrive in the country. They're the first new model added to the fleet since its launch over 2 decades ago. The new train is based on Japan's N700S Shinkansen, customized to meet the needs of Taiwan's railway operators. The new carriages are lighter and consume less energy. They also have upgraded passenger amenities, such as charging ports for all seats and more space for luggage. The trains will be assembled and undergo testing over the next few months, with plans to enter service next July. And as the HSR expands its fleet, the company that operates the system could propose fare adjustments for the first time in over 20 years.
高铁已经成为台湾均衡台湾动脉，大家相互依赖不可缺的一部分。因此，让高铁能够永续是高铁公司责无旁贷的责任。其中，财务的永续，我想是首要。
Since it first opened in 2007, the HSR has become a vital part of Taiwan's infrastructure.
高铁的这20年来，其实改变了台湾的都市发展跟台湾的产业发展。过去的20年，我们造就了许多新的都市，在产业的选择的过程当中，也都以高铁车站作为首选。也就是说，这样子的交通运具跟交通的发展跟改革，造成的不只是都市的移转，更造成了整体产业的发展。这对于我们国家的整体发展来讲，这个是有无可限量的产值跟未来性。
Since it opened, the HSR has made over 1 billion trips, with a service punctuality rate of over 99%.
Now, with the first of 12 new train sets here in Taiwan, officials hope that the next generation high-speed trains will be on track carrying passengers next summer, and also with the full fleet in commercial service by 2028 September. John Su and Tani Chi in Kaohsiung for TaiwanPlus.
Rice farming is a big deal in Japan, but with an aging and shrinking workforce, farmers are turning to robots and other tech to grow their crops more effectively. Aichi reports.
A strange black box glides through rice paddies in the Japanese countryside. It's an AI-powered robot designed to stir up water and soil to prevent weeds from growing. They can even plant their own roots.
The robot autonomously determines how to move, covering the entire rice field over a few days without missing a spot.
That robot helps grow rice for export worldwide, including to Taiwan.
The rice we export to Taiwan is grown using these robots. All I have to do is deploy the robot in the rice paddy, and most of the work is essentially done. It really helps keep costs down too.
These robots can reduce labor costs by around 60% and increase rice yields by 10%. That's critical for an aging and shrinking Japanese population, where the average age for agriculture workers is already 67. Robots aren't the only new tech helping farmers out. Drones can scan rice fields from the air, analyzing which areas are growing well and which need more tending. Tech like this is needed to keep farms going and to attract the next generation of farmers.
We're helping them learn how to be a farmer, teaching them both proper methods and how to use this new equipment. As times change, we want to train up talent that can respond to these changes.
It will take the combined efforts of both fresh blood and new tech to keep Japan's crucial rice farms going. And already, innovations like these are helping to reap a bountiful harvest. Hang Shi and IT for TaiwanPlus.
Coming up after the break, collecting trash has never been such a drag. We join drag queen superstar Nymphia Wind as she combs the coast for her next outfit inspiration.
There's so many things that I wish the world could see.
It is amazing to watch this captain maneuver this giant ship.
It takes 3 days to cook this. The flavor is unbelievable, incredible.
And it's my turn to make something inspired by Chef Gore. It's going to be quite a challenge.
Can you imagine that?
It's surreal. Yes, so real.
I can't give up. I got some ass kicking to do.
Nice move.
We're pushing each other to explore and experiment in new, different ways.
5, 4, 3, 2.
A warm welcome to TaiwanPlus News.
Exploring the issues that matter to you.
Not just to Taiwan, the whole world is watching.
很多时候是我们眼睛看不到的地方。
We might encounter mishaps and mistakes along the way. But at the end of the day,
it just transmits something straight from the heart. Yes.
Cheers.
Bon appetit.
It is about the fun, and it's about the glamour, and it's also about something much deeper than that.
Sometimes you just gotta seize the opportunity. You just gotta do it.
Have a place where you're appreciated for you exactly as you are, and where you can shine and be seen.
Welcome back. You're watching TaiwanPlus News. A major international baseball event is coming to Taiwan. The country is set to host the 2027 Premier12 tournament with a shot at the Olympics on the line. Sandy Chi has the details.
And it's official. Taiwan is set to host the 2027 WBSC Premier12. The announcement comes after the head of the Chinese Taipei Baseball Association, or CTBA, met with top executives from the World Baseball Softball Confederation.
Chinese Taipei Baseball Association played an essential role in developing the Premier 12. CTBA hosted many games and every edition of the Premier 12. So I can say without any doubt that CTBA is a close partner.
And in 2024, competing under the name Chinese Taipei, the country claimed its first championship title at the event. The home team is looking to defend its title.
我们台湾是强的，还有一件很重要的事情，我们的球队，你们最清楚，有台湾人做后盾，比赛只要办在台湾。
This fourth edition of the WBSC Premier 12 could send 2 teams to the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics, one from the Asia region and one from Europe, Oceania. But it's not the only way to get a ticket to LA 2028. There will be another berth up for grabs. The Olympic baseball final qualifier will also be held in Taiwan.
我们期待我们台湾的棒球能够在大家的努力。 在全体国人的一个支持之下，能够延续202412强的一个夺冠的一个气势，也希望能够卫冕成功，一起争取到2028洛杉矶奥运的一个参赛资格。那持续的呢，我想去发扬我们整个台湾棒球在国际体坛上的一个荣耀。
Taiwan's men's baseball currently ranks 2nd in the world, after powerhouse Japan. Now, with the tournament set to take place in Taipei, they are for sure to again spark another wave of baseball excitement across the country. Ryan Wen, Sandy Chi in Taipei for TaiwanPlus.
A Taiwanese yo-yo competitor has won silver at the 2026 World Yo-Yo Contest. Twenty-year-old Alan Zhang placed 2nd in the off-string category at the finals in Himeji, Japan, the highest placement ever in that group for a Taiwanese yo-yoer. Japan's Hashimoto Koyo won gold. Zhang pulled off dozens of tricks where 1 or 2 yo-yos leave the string entirely. Former Taiwan President Tsai Ing-wen took to social media to congratulate Zhang, who studies medical science at National Taiwan University. What do drag queens do when they're not on stage? Our reporter Irene Lin follows world-famous Nymphia Wind and fellow performers to a beach cleanup, part of their preparations for October's Pride Parade.
Covered in sweat and with sore backs, these volunteers are spending their weekend cleaning up this section of Taiwan's northeastern coast. While it may seem like a regular beach cleanup, its co-organizer Liu Cao is the world-renowned drag queen Nymphaea Wind. He says he's looking to incorporate ocean trash into his Pride Parade outfit this year.
I don't have an idea of how exactly it would look like, but it just is an initial idea. On the parade in October, I really want to focus awareness on the Formosan pink dolphin on our west coast. Just be the change that you want to see and be inspired by the people who are actually doing activism work that are helping our community and our environment.
Without their signature dramatic stage makeup and outfits, these drag performers put on gloves and blend in with the crowd. It's not the first beach cleanup for Jian Shihan, the artist behind his stage persona, Hannah Monina.
I pick out lots of plastic stuff. I couldn't tell what it is, so I think it's kind of fascinating. Like you're watching it and just see what is this like before it became trash. Every time I did this beach cleaning, I always see children. So it means their parents got the concept of how to be nice to our environment.
Some of their fans have also come to support their efforts.
我是因为尼菲亚在脸书上宣传，所以看到这个净滩活动的。刚好我以前有净滩经验，想为尼菲亚尽一份心力。变装皇后没有化妆，私底下也很强壮，对吧？而且也很细心，这样。
好，那不止一次有吗？不止一次的。好，请放下，不论第几次都给自己掌声鼓励一下。好，感谢大家。好。
Giving volunteers instructions and a lesson on how trash from our daily lives ends up in the ocean and enters the food chain. Co-organizer Chen Renping says his ultimate goal is to help people reduce waste.
净滩好像很多人在参与，可是其实你在路边随便抓一个路人，他都没有参加过净滩，所以那个力量跟那个扩及度跟影响力还是不够。毕竟我们捡了这么多600多公斤，也远不及全台湾人愿意一人少一个塑胶袋。他只要少拿一个就超过600多公斤，所以我们会希望大家从生活习惯的改变，会是更治本不治治本的方法，不然我们这样治标不治本。
But for now, children, parents, and drag queens alike are picking up trash, with everyone doing their part on and off the stage. Alex Chen, Yuan Duan, and Irene Lin for TaiwanPlus.
When a roadway in one of Taiwan's national parks was cut off, a local species of land crabs was also blocked from reaching the sea. Local residents stepped in to help them find new access routes for their migration. Tim Smith has this story.
On this road running through southern Taiwan's Taijiang National Park, flashlights and headlamps cut a bright swath through the dark, shining on a cast of crabs scuttling their way to nearby waters. These are just a handful of Taiwan's largest known population of terrestrial crabs. Known as mangrove land crabs or chestnut crabs, their breeding season runs from July to November. But this road also poses dangers, especially for mother crabs who must return to the ocean to deposit their eggs. Volunteers and park officials became aware of their perilous situation.
会有钓客会来这边看落日啊，这边的夕阳是很漂亮。那他们车子开进来的话，就很容易产生路杀。那台江国家公园他们就，跟社区沟通，然后还有就是一些喜欢这边生态的志工，啊，就加入来这边就来护蟹的保护它。所以现在是有交通管制的，繁殖期是有交通管制的，来保护，让那个蟹妈妈能够顺利的下去将来食用。
But these mother crabs can only deposit their eggs at the water's edge. To get there, they must cross either the road or travel through tidal creek beds. Both choices can be risky.
那因为潮沟水没有办法，因为潮汐的关系，然后要整个干枯，然后它是用走了过来。现在潮沟里面有水的话，它变成要用潜水。潜水对一个富人家来讲的话是不 OK 的，没有大肚子在涉水的。
Volunteers have come to the rescue. Chen Guozhong and his cousin built a bridge from bamboo, spanning this concrete channel. To the crabs, it's a welcome shortcut. But bridges aren't the only thing to have a huge impact. Locals play a big role in data tracking and controlling traffic, and they're hoping younger generations will also carry the torch.
我觉得保育工作就是我们要让后代的人可以看到我们现在所看到的东西，而不是到最后就是口耳相传。
Local kids have also taken to the crab's plight.
因为呢，我就会感觉他要过马路，然后就会感觉他们很辛苦，然后呢就过来看他们，然后看他们过马路就可以帮他们看一下有没有车子啊，这些过去就撵到他们。
And all these actions are making a difference. Crab populations in this part of southern Taiwan have rebounded from around 5,000 just a few years ago to over 10,000 last year. And though this crab species isn't protected, park personnel do think they are a key part of the local ecology.
它可以把我们一些所有的这种营养盐再重新恢复到土地里面去，会让海岸林更为丰盛啊，因为这是营养嘛，所以你保护了陆蟹，就整个海岸林带都可以做保护嘛。然后海岸林带有可能可以固沙、定沙，防风。避免那个海水的冲击嘛，这是一系列，虽然从陆蟹开始。
So, with care and creativity, watchful locals and bridges keep these crabs moseying along, from side to side. Alex Chen and Tim Smith for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching TaiwanPlus News. Finally today, we take you to Belgium for the annual Bathtub Regatta. I'm Tiffany Wong. Take care and see you next time.